Yeah.
There ain't an ATM at the gates of heaven.
Yeah. This thought exercise has like got me more on the now I want to get rich. You want to know how fucking evil I could be, Mike? I'd control the media, of course.
The chief of finance in China went to 3 subways on a Thursday. You know what that
You
means.
know exactly. Yes, yes. It's a
King in.
pizza party. You know,
It's a pizza party.
I know the truth.
Am I okay dying a martyr by the CIA? $50? Sure.
There's a version of me that sleeps with onions.
These apes are gonna go wild for this.
Remember to like and subscribe, you fucking idiots.
Hi, I'm Mike,
And I'm Sam.
and this is Wise Words with Dodo Birds.
What would you actually do if you had a dragon? A fire-breathing dragon.
And they
Because-
do all the stuff that...
Yeah, but what could you do that would be good? You know what I mean?
It's modern day.
Yeah.
I feel like the military would shoot down your dragon in 17 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
F-16 or whatever.
You take that thing through Chicago downtown.
You definitely don't want to take it into an area like that, but I feel like it doesn't matter, too, because
Yeah.
someone spots that thing, it's going to get reported. It's not going to take the military
Oh,
long to
Elon
get...
Musk has a...
Elon Musk will find it before anyone else.
Yeah. That thing's on satellite for sure.
Because, like, but think about it. Like, let's for a minute, let's assume Elon hasn't seen it and that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
military hasn't. What can you do with it that, like, we think about it and we've, made these creatures insane, but all the times they exist in, they'd be the dominant superpower. And whenever
I think their power is relies heavy on that being a huge weapon. So like whatever time period, if it's fantasy or whatever, like having access to a flamethrower that flies
yeah,
is pretty strong.
yeah,
But like we have those now.
yeah.
So like I honestly don't think it's that OP in the modern world. Like
But it's pretty OP. Like, again, the military's
you're gonna be a problem.
yeah,
Like-
or are you? That's, I guess, kind of my question. It's like, we talk about, I'd do this and that. I'd burn, this, I'd do this or scare people. I'd rule the world is what a lot of people. So that wouldn't happen. We can just
Yeah.
pretty much say that's not going to happen. So what would you do if you had a dragon?
Probably like
Just try to be friends with it?
aerial stuff. Like I'd probably just
Just have
fly.
fun flying on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
And
like
go to as secluded an area as you possibly could.
yeah, you can't take the villain route. Like
Well, and
like,
honestly,
you gotta hide him.
I was gonna say he's probably gonna have to live in the mountains,
Yeah.
where most people can't even go. Hopefully Elon won't find him.
It sounds like hopefully Elon won't find him. I just imagine like an alternate universe where Elon is like the president and he's dragons. He's been trying to collect all
the dragons that are
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
world.
He
And
wants
you've
to-
got the last one hidden somewhere in
yeah,
the
yeah.
Rocky Mountains.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh man.
He's been torturing the other dragon kin. Where is he?
I don't
Where is he?
Right.
I'd like to know.
And then, dude, we just wrote the story though. Like we have something. It's a treatment.
Yeah.
For-
So like usually in stories with dragons, dragons are the threat to man. I think in
Right.
this,
Man is
we
the
flip
threat to
the
dragons. Yeah.
flip the script on them, and
we have something.
yeah, it's something.
I think that would actually be an interesting story. That
It
we
would
just
be an
cooked up.
interesting story,
And it doesn't have to be Elon, but it could be a fictional character just like him.
Yeah.
That's just as crazy.
Yeah.
Just as smart. All that stuff.
Your tech billionaire.
Yeah. Who becomes president though? I like that angle.
Yeah.
So he's in charge. But and so how many dragons were there? How many has he caught? Has he caught like 11? He's looking for the 12th.
I feel like 6 is a sexy number.
Yeah. 6 dragons. So he's caught 5 and
Yeah.
ours is the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name?
You
feel
can't pronounce his native name. No.
We can't actually pronounce it. It's in the dragon language.
Yeah, I don't have a cloaca.
So we just call him Tom or Bartholomew.
Bartholomew is definitely is more in the realm for sure.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking like Leonard or like
Bernard.
Bernard.
That's Bernard.
If
It's
he's into it.
if that's what he likes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he could just want to be like, Dingles or
It sucks because Bernard never gets to fly. Because otherwise the president's satellites are gonna see him. So he's like living in a cave in the Rocky
yeah.
Mountains, dude.
He's like a bird with clipped wings.
Yeah. Or at the very least, he's kind of malnourished. All he has is the sheep that we've been stealing from the local farms at the foot of the mountain.
I imagine it's like a chore for us.
It
It's
is,
like, all
but
right, you're gonna get Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. You gotta feed him, dude. Like
You get
can't...
Monday through Wednesday. I'll take Thursday through Saturday, and then we both go up on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be like I feel like it'd be such a chore to just find livestock.
Dude, we'd have to be bringing up like a dozen sheep a day.
I think we become farmers.
Right?
It's like
Well, we've probably become raiders because let's be honest, farmers, ranchers, we are not getting enough.
chickens.
Okay,
They
chickens.
reproduce quickly.
Sorta, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, chickens.
and he's not eating great,
No, he's
But
a
it's-
malnourished
but
dragon.
we can get him something consistent.
He's alive. Dude, this is good.
Every once in a while, we can get like an old cow that a farmer is about to
There you
kill
go.
anyway.
There you go.
You know,
We make a trade. Be like,
well, like if old Bessie's got to go down,
Mhm.
can I take it off your hands?
Yeah, I'll dispose of her.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
yeah. Make the most use.
$50, sure.
Yeah. I'll pay you to get rid of your dead cow,
Yeah,
and we just feed it to Bernard.
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 Yeah, I like that. I like that alternate timeline.
There's a story there. Like
I think there
just,
is.
We just
I'm thinking
bullshitted
about it a
but-
lot now.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? What do you think is the most like evil version of you out there? Let's assume that string theory is true and there's infinite timelines and you exist in not all of them, but like in statistically hundreds, maybe thousands of them. And we'll go off the premise that some of the like any bits of your personality that's in there, like sometimes you get mean when people take your popsicles or what like all little parts of you are represented in more full forms
Right.
out there.
Mm.
Like
Okay, so the context is regular world though.
yeah. It's an Earth variant.
No superpowers.
No. I mean, like there is a timeline, I guess, but we'd have to define superpowers. But no, like
just a regular guy,
Yeah,
and the most evil.
who's the worst version of Sam?
Probably my most narcissistic tendencies.
Okay.
Which I like to be self-aware. I know I've got them. I think we all do.
Yeah.
But they would come out, and I'd probably just be like a CEO.
Okay.
Stepping on people to get what I want.
Yeah. So like with a
But-
narcissist, you don't think like rock star or something?
That could happen. Like basically, I feel like a big part of me is a lot of my life. I've like wished that I've had it in me to step on people to just
Yeah.
be that guy. I don't. you
And
know?
there is that guy out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So when we're talking about like what is the worst version of me do, he does that.
Yeah.
He gives in.
Exercise this.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like what's the day? What's a Tuesday for that, Sam?
I mean, because I'm also not the smartest guy, right? Like
But
so,
you could
like
be the-
excelling via school, like legit ways. That's not gonna
You
work.
just got to think that these versions are going to be different than you.
Yeah.
Like that one could be very learned. He could be
He could
like
be.
the businessman.
Well, and what I'm thinking is though, I'm thinking the worst version of me. Rather than
'Cause-
putting those skills to positive, legitimate use, they become manipulative
Yeah.
and scam. Like
I think mine would be similar. Like, I think the most evil version of me is, like, the CEO of, like, an insulin company. Like
Whoa, because you
y
know what you can how you can monetize the shit out of that
yeah, yeah,
and make your buck.
because there's parts of me that is, like, so salty at,
It's
like, the
hilariously ironic
companies
too.
the companies that take advantage of people. I would be that guy somewhere down the line,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like, I focus. I, like, spend my life, like, working my way up the ladder.
Yeah.
Um,
Would you what would be your, like, you know, like, what's your way of how do I put it?
how am I inflicting evil?
Yeah, like, other than just, like, because you're gonna what? You're gonna charge a bunch of money, right?
Yeah.
What's the, what's the angle? Like, how are you being the most evil about it? Just the modern day
Oh,
insulin
there's
guy?
so many things.
Hit me with one.
Yeah, okay, so, uh, in this universe, insulin costs $2 to make, on average for, like, a
Yeah, yeah.
vial. It you know, a couple years ago, it sold for 750. So those
The
are
same amount that takes $2 to make?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
$2.60 on average.
But how do you make that happen? How does that even happen?
Yeah,
Like,
so, like,
legally,
this version of me is totally fine with, like,
doesn't give a shit.
200,000% profit.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, like, I won't settle for anything less.
It's like, that's the minimum, boys. Yeah.
Also, I'd be doing lobbying. I would be,
Yeah.
I would be in bed with, like, sugar like, cereal companies and shit. Like, I'd be investing in the worst food brands, like, buying stock options and shit for,
Yeah, yeah.
like, stuff that gives people
That gives
diabetes.
people the problem that
Yeah, yeah,
that they need. You're
and
basically you're like a coke dealer who gives it to people for free and
yeah.
gets them on the shit, and it's like, "Ah, come back."
And I would be, like, conspiring against, like, diabetes research.
Yeah. Halting it,
Yeah, yeah, like,
paying money to make
like,
sure
doing propaganda or smear campaigns to the people that are running it,
you'd
and
be extra hard on smearing stem cell research.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, that
Anything
shit's
that's
never seen the light of
anything
day
that's
under
gonna
you.
trickle down this gravy pipe I have. Um
Okay. I accept that. That is holistically evil.
Oh, yeah, and, like, I'm paying off politicians,
Yeah, yeah, you got the whole thing on lock.
because, like, there's a lot of assumptions being like, "Oh, you'd have all that money." If I succeeded at my goal of becoming a CEO of an insulin company, I would have that money,
Oh, yeah.
very realistically. Like
I mean, another not to like trail off from the insulin thing, but you could also invest in war.
yeah.
Like I mean, again, we're talking about the most evil version of myself that just doesn't care. That's probably the department I'd go into. Like you keep the world at war and you're in the right place, you make a lot of money.
How do you see that? Like
Oh, bro, there's tons of awful things you could
no,
do.
no, no, but, like, I was very specific about
Right.
my plan there. Like, do you think you would get in, like, the arms manufacturing
That's one
or,
way.
like, propaganda machine?
I was thinking propaganda.
Like a
Yeah.
yeah, okay,
Well,
so
that's already a thing.
this version of Sam is super tech savvy,
Yeah, yeah,
and he's making, like
yeah.
you're making, like,
Oh
bot,
yeah.
like, generators
Oh
in,
yeah. I'd
like
I'd I'd control the media, of course. I'd find a way to do that and make everybody think what I think.
are you gonna be like a Ben Shapiro type?
Oh,
Like, you have a podcast
yeah. Well,
also?
my media is the only media, that anyone can see.
Yeah, it's like Alex Jones, but, like,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
as hokey. Like, you're gonna be more
There's more
educated.
suave to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
But it's equally propagandized. Like, it's just as bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're, like, entirely selling people bullshit so you can because you know the back end.
Yeah.
Like
I know the truth.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, I've
It's
seen
like
it all.
these apes are gonna go wild for this. In Uganda this week, Can you believe? Break me off with a monologue.
With a just hit you with one? No, I don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
nothing. Could think for a second. Um, yeah, I don't know. What is a good way to
It depends on the route. So like if you let's say all those things are true and you do have a lot of like stock or like even a stake in the company that like makes weapons that has a military contract or like you know your brother does or something,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like you're close. um so yeah, you could just make people super afraid, boost
Fear.
boost up the sales of guns with
Mhm.
civilians.
Oh,
Also,
nukes, bro.
you have
Nukes.
well, getting in the nuke business, I think, is like,
We're talking about my purely most evil the
yeah,
scare of
I
nukes.
think like just
We're talking about propaganda too, not
owning
selling nukes.
owning half of a oh yeah,
You were talking about we were talking about propaganda.
using nukes as a fear tactic,
Yeah, yeah.
like it's coming any day.
Yeah, like just it's constantly yeah, just
Yeah,
constantly afraid of it.
yeah. So you just bring up like isolated, stupid incidents. It's like
This
the chief of finance in China went to 3 subways on a Thursday. You
Yeah,
know what that
you know
means.
exactly. Yes, yes. It's like he is clearly hiding something. This
Yeah.
guy is the bombs are gonna fall any day because of this.
This is code because this
Well, and the
if you
sandwich that he ordered, he
if
asked for light. What was it like Italian dressing?
you take all the ingredients, what does that spell? It spells nuclear
Yeah,
destruction.
yeah. It spells nukes, guys. that would be that would be truly evil if it worked.
Yeah, and then you're just sitting back, like, smoking a cigar, like, "These fucking idiots, dude.
Just
I
counting my
can't
money.
believe." Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
"Go ahead and like it, you fucking gorillas."
Remember to like and subscribe, you fucking idiots.
Oh, man. Before we keep going, like, what do you I want you guys to think about this thought experiment too. What is like the worst tendencies you have? Amplify them to 10 and then think about. I want to hear some of your comments. Like what is the most evil version of you guys? Uh so let's go polar opposite. What do you think is like the best? Like who's the well, okay. Maybe that one's hard.
No,
Let's
it's
say
not.
let's
It's
say
the man sitting before you.
let's say the most
Boo.
successful in a non like if we go back to our premises of an honest thief.
An
Like
honest thief. Okay.
like he's not an honest thief,
No,
but
no, no. But I know
like
what you mean.
virtue
Yeah,
is
yeah.
built into the character.
Um, honestly, because of this, here's another impulse that I have. I'm a weird person because I oftentimes, and I have done this before, but only on rare occasions. But I enjoyed it every time. Is like volunteering at a shelter where you know help serve food, help clean up, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've done that a couple of times in my life in like the more densely populated areas, you know, and it's very fulfilling. You know, it doesn't always smell the greatest. But you know, it's one of those things where you see it up close and you kind of realize, you know, I've never been homeless, you know,
Yeah.
in my entire life. I'd probably do more of that, the best version of myself.
So you own like a harm reduction clinic or like a
Something. And
something for the homeless, like
and these places would also have like a level of security to them as well, because I feel like when you go to some of these places that exist, a lot of the stronger people that are there will prey on the weaker people,
yeah.
and so there would be an element of keeping that at bay. You know, it would because like I've seen how like there's all these like you know
Would you go to like would it be homeless or like rehabilitation
m-
like place or
Rehabilitation is inevitably going to be part of like because it would be homelessness because especially when I lived in California, I saw a lot of that up close, and ever since then I've like again never done it because I'm not the best version of myself, but it's something that's been in my mind. Homelessness is something I'd like to
I would imagine your company's doing so well that you have you're like one of the first chains for that sort of thing.
like
Like
just like a chain company for
yeah, like
building homes.
Kroger or like you're the Whole Foods of
Well,
homeless
and
rehabilitation.
I don't even think that because again, having done it once or twice, I don't even know that like big group shelters are the right way to
No,
deal
I'm
with
just
that.
saying
But build like a company that builds homes,
or like
small ones.
your company is like in all the cities where homelessness is a big problem.
Exactly.
Like and you have your core tenants, you know, like like all the shelters have similar policies and stuff
Hmm.
you know and even though they can't all be overseen by you anymore because you got to just maximize
Right.
uh
Potential.
potential.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you have one in in Denver and you have one in Vegas and you have one in LA and
I would say I think most of this, again, just from what I know about the situation, would be like out west, because people, you flock out there because you can live in the weather. The
yeah,
exposure's not as bad,
for
so that
sure.
would be a place that you'd start. But actually, that's a good point. You could do it in other places, and maybe people could leave places like California,
Yeah.
where that's the only place it's like comfortable to be homeless and start living in other places because now these places are available. That's exactly what like the best version of me.
And you're on city councils
Of
and
course. Of
you're
course.
you know, Sam's shelters.
He's not, clouded in the head all the time.
And all the money that you make, you still drive the same car.
Yeah. Prius.
Yeah, all the money that you've made, you've just been giving, almost all of it away.
Outside again, the best version, the most selfless version of myself would make sure my family and immediate, friends that are like family are all taken care of.
Yeah,
Then yes, all the rest of the money goes back into making sure that people have places to live.
that's sick. I like
Yeah.
that.
That's again, there's so many other problems. Like you said, bring rehabilitation into it because there could be a lot of that. But like my main focus is like, do you have somewhere you can sleep at night?
And the ideal place would check all those boxes, you know.
Hmm.
It's a place where you can get food, safety, shelter, um,
Warmth.
maybe apprenticeships.
Yeah.
You have
Well, that's
deals with local businesses. It's
well, you always need people to build more homes
yeah,
and shelters. Like,
yeah, it's if somebody's staying there for 3 months and they've been going through the program to get better and
hmm
whatever, then you can give them a recommendation for a local plumber
yeah.
and Steve will take them on for
Absolutely. Yeah.
like
That kind of thing would be perfect. Man, now I have now I actually want to do it.
yeah,
This thought exercise has like got me more on the now I want to get rich.
I'm curious. I'm not sure. For my version,
Would it maybe just be the opposite of what you of what your evil was going to be? Make insulin free, find a way. That's a little close to home, I guess. It's almost selfish.
yeah, I was gonna say am I okay dying a martyr by the CIA? Um,
Like you'd get killed for that.
yeah, I'm the guy who I I produce a kit that you can because it's a hormone. I produce a at home synthesis kit to produce insulin at your house, and yeah, I get marked by the CIA.
Would you die for that?
I think I would now. I think I would
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
So
forget the exercise,
so
yeah.
that version 100% would.
Yeah.
And that would be part of the education and stuff. It's I realize I mean, a ton of like, I would have set up, like, servers and shit and backed the video up and, like,
Hmm.
all my research and
Yeah.
stuff, and, like
Make sure it gets out there.
yeah, and,
Yeah.
like, physically hand it over to universities and, like, the only stipulation is that you cannot charge for this, like,
Yeah.
this is
You'd have backups in place to ruin their lives if they tried to charge anything.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Lawyers, you've got a team of
Like, if
lawyers.
this product makes it out on the market, it's because somebody betrayed you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
all of you.
And then I've got guys watching you.
Yeah.
Just have hitmen, like a team of hitmen. Man, maybe you won't get killed by the CIA if you have a team of hitmen.
I mean,
You will.
yeah, I'd
You'll die.
probably, like, even quicker if I had a team of hitmen. They're like, "We gotta do this quick." Like
I mean,
like, clean's not an option anymore, boys.
you need loyalists to
Yeah.
the cause. Fellow
I like how
diabetics?
I'm, like, a fucking terrorist.
No. It did escalate. But it's for a good cause. That's what all terrorists say.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I like the idea of, like, Mike the Martyr. Like,
Mike the Martyr.
I die opposing the pharmaceutical
I
tyrants.
mean, that would be good. Not, it wouldn't be good if you died.
I
but-
imagine it's like I imagine a scene in this movie where, like, we know they're about to raid the compound, and, like, I have everybody there, and they're like loading up the chest with, like, the
Yeah,
they're like loading up the chest with the pens of insulin, and just like I have like a bandolier,
yeah.
like a bullet bandolier full of insulin pens. We gotta go.
We gotta go. Take this to so and so at the so and so at exactly this time.
He'll know what to do. Rebecca, these past 17 years have been remarkable. Be safe out there. Hopefully I'll see you again. And then I go to Finland. Or like is there like a Jesse Pinkman version of you? Like
Yeah.
like a dumb fucking
Yeah.
rascal?
Yeah.
What do you think he's like? Where does he live?
Here, and he's 16 years old.
Or did he never left the South?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. See, as far as doing meth, no, but like I could see a version of myself that was like alcoholic and always like, trying to people over to get what I want.
Maybe this this universe, like
Is
they
this health class? Because I feel like I've done this exercise before.
maybe in this universe they like kept prohibition. You're like a moonshiner or
Oh,
like a bootlegger.
okay. Like Creamboat Willie.
Yeah, yeah.
We talked about that.
Haha.
Haha. Wait, that's Mickey though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as soon as you do that, it becomes Mickey.
Yeah. What does he do? Like just makes like the boat horn sound. Not as good of a ring. Yeah, you show up with the barrel of booze in the back.
Oh, that's what's that? That's a longhorn or foghorn. Foghorn.
Foghorn. Yeah.
Longhorn. That's the name of a street here.
Hey,
in town.
that's a cigarette.
That's a
Long-
cigarette.
Longhorn tobacco.
Tobacco? Is it really?
Yeah,
Of
it's a Texas brand.
course, it's a Texas brand.
Longhorns.
Yeah.
I like to think that there is like there's a version of me that works for like an intelligence agency. Like I like tech. I like high tech stuff. Or like owns like there has to be a version of me where I like don't care about all the nerd stuff and stuff in my life and it's just like or like art or anything. It's just like technology, like coding
Yeah.
or like maybe even like that version might be evil too, like hacking.
Yeah,
Like,
hacker version. I could see that. Hacker Mike.
yeah, like I'm the guy that like
Oh, yeah.
strength tests your company's banking like website to like tell you the flaws about it. And like,
You could be a Frank Abagnale type too. You could start off doing wrong, being a hacker. In fact, I feel like half the guys that work for guys and gals, of course, half the people that work for, computer crime committed them themselves,
yeah,
Like, it's like, oh, we'll waive these charges if you come and work for us.
yeah, because there's like white hat hackers, which is like people that develop systems against that, and they like kind of just research it. Gray hat hackers like strength test local things and then let you know what the problem is. So they do some some icky stuff, but like in the name of good, right?
Right.
And like black hat, those are the guys that are gonna drain it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
and
They're gonna
it's
you.
in a crypto account in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I was actually, when you mentioned earlier, like, what would you be? I was like, you'd probably do something crypto related.
oh, I'd have like 36 pump and dump schemes in like
Right.
a bank in the Caymans.
Yeah. The worst version of yourself? Absolutely.
I mean, like, that could even be a moderate version. Like, I still think the insulin CEO is like the pure, like, he's pure evil.
That is probably
Because he
one.
knows. Like, the hacker, is he's probably like only a 7 or 8 on the evil scale. Because
Right.
I'm fucking people over, but it would probably be like honest thievery. Like, I'd be like,
Close.
I'd be taking like
Ripping off Wall Street and shit.
yeah, like big stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not ripping off Judy's $16,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
It would be more honest thievery.
only because it would be like if it requires so much work, I want it to be worth it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
it would be on a selfish basis, but it would be most convenient for me to be kind of nice about
I
it.
say, and the people you're hurting are like not it's less significant than fucking diabetics over the way
Yeah,
that your
yeah.
other evil
Yeah,
person
then
is.
making like policy and health code changes so I have a fat check ever increasingly growing. Definitely not based on a true story or anything.
Right. In fact, I will say, I wasn't gonna say it, but like I've thought of worse things than what I said, but I don't
Yeah.
want to say 'em. There's some pretty bad stuff I could think
Yeah.
of, but like then we're gonna get flagged.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like that's the fun part about this
Is
exercise.
finding like the most PG-13 sort of version of it.
Like if you actually engage in the exercise, it's like fun to just think about all the different versions. Like you could go, we fleshed out those ones a little bit, but if you just like think about it in base, like like there should be not infinite versions, but even 100 different versions of you is like a lot. One of them manages a golf course. One of them like is in prison.
I,
Like
now that I've thought about it a little more, and this is honest, like I think the worst version of myself that we're talking about giving into those bad impulses, manipulating people.
yeah,
Because there's just so many ways you could talk to people
and that's what that guy does. Like
yeah,
the villain version.
it's because it's easy to do with a lot of people, and I would seek out those people.
I've been seeing a lot of stuff like I haven't been on Facebook a lot lately, but when I am, I've been seeing a lot of like AI like veteran posts like,
Mm-hmm.
give me a like because I fought for your freedom or
Yeah,
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 like a lot
yeah,
of them
yeah.
are really corny and
Right.
like to me it's very obvious that those are AI. But
Mm.
like there's thousands and thousands of fucking people that are like happy birthday, you deserve our salute. God
Mm-hmm.
bless you.
Mm-hmm.
And God bless you and like be blessed is a
Yeah.
very common theme amongst that trend.
People who are who believe things
Yeah.
easily
Yeah.
without a lot of
We don't need to we don't need to make implications. We'll just say based on the evidence, a lot of those people happen to be in that corner,
they believe
hanging
things.
out in those those comments.
Yeah.
So those would be the people you'd be going after, I would imagine. Like,
Yeah. It'd be easy.
you
I'd be a pastor.
oh,
Yeah. That's one version of myself. No, I mean, I would manipulate for likes and stuff, but money too. I'd tell people like you want to know how fucking evil I could be, Mike? I would tell these people if you send me $10, if you keep doing it, once a week, every Friday, twice a week, do it on Tuesday too. Your grandmother will beat cancer.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Your children will be fine.
yeah.
Yeah. You want to know how fucking evil I could be?
Like psychics,
Mm-hmm.
how they kind of like
Yeah.
read the room.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would imagine that like at your church, you're like donations to me is a direct message to God.
It is.
Like
Oh, absolutely. That'd be
and
so easy to do too.
it's like I'm sensing somebody here. God told me
Well,
somebody here lost someone
and I think
in a
that
room of 1,000 people. It's like, oh God, yeah, I did.
I think it needs something fresh too, because so many people they present themselves in this oh, and they're sometimes speaking in tongues and stuff like that, and like that captures people. But I think that and I've seen it before. It's not like this doesn't exist in there, but the warm smile, and the lean in, the pretending that you're listening to them when they're talking and that you're praying with them.
I feel like you would do good things too, but only when there's a big like
Only if there's money.
well, like a big audience. You want people
Yeah.
to see.
Well, and if
Like,
they're all looking to me.
yeah, like, brother, I know you're falling on hard times. Your van broke down. That fire took out your farm. I'm gonna personally give you $10,000.
But
And
first, you need to send all that money that you would have paid the mechanic to me.
well, no, like,
And
you don't even you
you
don't
plant that seed and it will bear fruit.
like that's the subtext there though. It's just like, everybody has been giving me their donations that help me get a direct line to God,
Yeah.
and God told me to give back.
Yeah, yeah.
But you only do it fucking once a year, like,
Yeah.
and
And
you're
it's
raking
a
in.
pizza party.
It's a pizza party, dude. It's a fucking write-off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I don't even go. Like,
Yeah,
I go in the green room and, drink the holy wine.
you're rebuilding the dude's house, but it's like you just get a trailer.
Just get it towed in from out of
Yeah.
town. Nah, this one was gonna
You
get
get members of the church to actually build it. Like,
Yeah.
you don't put up any cash.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it looks great, but like all my
It's all
flock
donated.
is the one that did it. Yeah.
Larry's got a lumber company.
And when they say that they don't have as much time because they need to go to their jobs, you say, "Well, God put us on this mission."
Yeah.
It's your financial needs can wait. You make sure they know that theirs can wait.
Well, money is
Because-
temporary.
yeah,
This
This is for life.
These are mortal things. You can't take it. Like,
Yeah.
there ain't an ATM at the gates of heaven.
Yeah, exactly. There ain't no ATM in the gates of heaven.
Is that the episode title?
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
This was fun, man.
Yeah, this is a good one.
I hope you guys had fun. I don't know if you can tell. I'm tired as shit.
Yeah.
I just got a new job, and like I've been up for 18 hours. I just got
going
done
on
with
20 now, huh? It was 18 when I got here a couple
Yeah.
hours ago.
like I just got done with like a 11-hour shift, and then we just rolled. So
But I
yeah,
think he did good. What do you guys think? Did Mike do good despite not having slept?
shit on me if you think
If you think he sucked, we want your opinion.
I really do. Like dude, suck, whack,
Yeah.
hack, get off the stage.
I thought he did well.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
I think you did well.
Thanks. I actually struggled, but I thought the pastor thing, I came back with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
strong.
Yeah,
No, you
yeah.
had some bangers.
Yeah.
I like the polo.
Thank you. I like this one too. Blue is my color.
I was gonna ask you what color it is.
Why? Because you can't. What color does it look like to you?
It could have been purple.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very blue.
Nice.
What do
Um,
you think? Is my shirt blue or purple?
yeah, we're doing like the internet, like, what color is this dress?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I hope you guys like this episode. I really do want you guys to engage in this thought experiment. Think about the alternate versions of yourself, like good ones, bad ones, mundane, like the most boring version, the most eccentric.
Yeah, well, and what helped me was like put put your thoughts into it. Put what you would like the worst things you've ever wanted to do
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like just to manipulate or hurt people or whatever, and then apply it to a
Yeah,
situation.
amplify any emotion you've had and think about like a version of you that basks in that,
Yeah.
like in the caring or the evil or
The narcissism.
the weird.
Yeah. Whatever floats your evil boat.
Yeah. Or, just weird.
Your weird boat. Like, did we do anything weird? We didn't.
No. But like there's a version of me that like has to put guacamole on my toes when I put socks on.
There's a version of me that sleeps with onions. Now, what do I mean by that? Find out next time.
And thank you as always. Tell your friends, subscribe, like, do the stuff. Thank you so much. Toodaloo.
Ta-ta.
Just gonna hold this.
And then we do this.
Hi, I'm Mike,
And I'm Sam.
and this is.
Wise. All right, one more time.
Leave that in.
Yeah. Ready?